Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the Legends of the Outdoors, Gary Mason.
We got one more guy to do, and he's certainly not the least, just because he's the last. And I've known this guy, gosh, longer than either one of us cares to remember. His little daughter was about 5 years old at one of the Legends Outdoors, and a little sweet thing come up to me, and she handed me a piece of paper, and she'd drawn our logo on a piece of paper, and had it folded up, and had Legends Outdoors on it. Kent Driscoll, I still got that piece of paper. Kent and I go way back. We fished together. We've been Billy Blakely's duck line together. We both served on the Warrior Pro Staff for many, many years. And Kent, for some reason, seemed fit to put me on the B&M Pro Staff back years ago when I was guiding and taking people fishing for money. Now I take a lot of people fishing. I just don't get any money for it. I don't know what happened. But anyway, please welcome to the stage Kent Driscoll and Jack Wells of B&M Poles.
Gary, first, thanks for putting on such a great event. Thanks to all of you for traveling here. And I've heard a lot about, boy, I hate to follow that, I hate to follow that. Good luck today, Kent, you're last. So,
that's for last, right?
We do.
No, I think you saved the most emotional for last.
Well,
ready.
Met Kent in 2005 at, ironically, a Bass Pro event. At that time, I had been with B&M for about 5 years, and was trying to feel my way around. And one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to create a formal pro staff, right? I mean, you'd go to a bass tournament and you'd see these guys dressed like they were. Well, we wanted to do that on the crappie side. The problem I had, though, was I had to have somebody that could find these people and that could manage these people. It took about 5 minutes with Kent to figure out not only had I met the guy for that job, but a brother. And so we've been friends a long time. Many of you know Kent. He's been crappie fishing for nearly 40 years. 15 years of that spent fishing tournaments. He's been featured in over 100 national publications and several TV shows. You may know him as the manager of the B&M Pro Staff, or a word that we've heard a lot here today, family. That's a word that we use a lot too. It is the best pro staff in our industry, I will tell you that. He manages over 100 crappie and catfishing anglers that fish tournaments, and they're full-time guides. This is a staff that he largely developed of people he knew and trusted to be, good stewards of the brand, but most importantly, good stewards of our sport. That means more than anything to us. Let's see here. You may know him from the hundreds of professional crappie tournaments he fished, the 6 times that he and his partner, John Harrison, finished first, or it might be the 17 times they finished in the top 10. You may know him from the dozens of sponsors that he has, a list that, in the essence of time here, that I will pass, but I want to take a few minutes to give you an idea of the Kent Driscoll that I've gotten to know over the years. First thing I will tell you, Kent's a businessman. Now, we all like to have fun, we're all hunting and fishing, but there is still a business aspect to this. And Kent has spent the last 30 years in selling and marketing. He's worked for ConAgra, Anheuser-Busch, and is currently the Senior Vice President of Athens Distributing in Nashville, Tennessee. Fun fact about Kent, as a kid, like a lot of kids, he mowed yards, right? Well, he did a great job. As more and more neighbors wanted him to mow grass, he didn't have the time. So what does a teenager do? He goes out and hires other teenagers. That's what he did. I'll never forget that story because a lot of the yards he mowed, he grew up in Dallas, but a lot of the yards he mowed were those of Dallas Cowboy players, including my hero, Roger Staubach. So that's a really cool thing there. Another thing I'll tell you about Kent, he's a cook. If he shows up at any event, he comes bearing groceries, all of which are either cooked directly by him or under his very close supervision. And if you've not had his smoked crappie dip or his grilled avocados, you've missed out. more seriously though, one thing, Kent loves to share his knowledge of the outdoors. Over the last 20 years that I've known him, he has taken countless children, teenagers to the lake or on hunting trips. Sometimes it's a neighborhood kid. Other times it's a special needs kid whose parents saw him and asked, would you take my son or my daughter fishing? He's never said no to any of that. And I think that pretty much describes what we're all about here. Most importantly, I can tell you that Kent's a Christian. He's a husband, and he's a father. He's been married to his lovely wife, Barbara, for 31 years. He is father to Mary Kent Driscoll, otherwise known as MK. She's a sophomore at the University of Tennessee, majoring in graphic design. But the reason I mention her is because when she was in high school, this man got up each and every morning, fixed lunch for her and his wife. For MK, on the sandwich bag, he always wrote something on it, okay? Something inspirational. Let's see, sometimes these were inspirational quotes from famous people. Sometimes it was a Bible verse. Other times it was simply a message he wanted to convey. He did this each and every day. All of these messages were geared towards helping others, being a positive influence and a role model, but most importantly, being a leader. MK, who I spoke to this week, has kept every one of these sandwich bags. Many of them are hanging in her apartment right now at the University of Tennessee. And as the father of four myself, I can tell you that is quite the tribute, okay? In closing, look, I can't think of anyone more deserving of this honor. He is the sixth member of the B&M family to be inducted here, and I'd like to introduce you to my friend Kent Driscoll.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Wow. The best thing about Jack is he got to talk about me. Because I didn't want to get up here and talk about me. I want to talk about all of you. I want to talk about the pro staff. I want to talk about family. I want to talk about friends. And I want to talk about introducing people to the outdoors. But before I do that, there's a couple of things. And, before I got up here, I had to write my words down because I didn't want to forget anybody. That was the most important thing to me, was not forget the people that have helped me get to the point where I am right now. All right, so I'm going to try not to get too emotional here. So, but first and foremost, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be standing here. I'm just so thankful for the blessings bestowed upon me, my family, all of my friends, all of my fishing friends, and now all of you guys in the room today. I want to specifically thank Gary and the Legends team for creating this Hall of Fame, and his awesome wife and his family and everybody, all of the board members. I mean, this is a big project right here, and it is countless hours that go into planning and putting this thing on, and I'm just so grateful to have Gary as my friend. I want to say congratulations to all the inductees. Will Primos, The Truth, awesome. Been watching you since the 90s. Bill Jordan, Monster Bucks, and Hottie Toddy, my friend. Awesome. Bill Carson, what you've done for the high school and college fishermen is just spot on. Man, just love you. You've always been one of my mentors. I listen to you talk to those college kids, and, these kids that didn't catch a fish in a tournament, and Bill would tell them, hey, man, chin up, chest out, get up there on the stage, and you thank everybody. And that stuck with me to this day. So, Bill, really good job there. Bobby Hart and Mike Pentecost, Bill Cooper, and Murray Crow, congratulations to all you guys, man. It's such an honor to be mentioned with these men and women of the industry today up here, and I'm just so thankful. And then also want to say thank you to everybody, Tyler for the Legacy Award, Jim, Artist of the Year, Larry, Sportsman of the Year, Tess for the Wade Bourne Achievement Award. That's quite an award, folks. And also Kathy, that was an audible for you, so really nice job as the guest speaker today. And so I'm really, really, really excited for you folks, and I'm very appreciative of y'all. Jack, I got to say thank you for the kind words, man. You're my brother, and I love you. You're a true friend. You're a great businessman. You're a true Southern gentleman. And I'm very, very proud to be here today. I'm very proud to be representing the B&M Pole Company. I want to say thank you to all the B&M employees. It's not just Jack. It's Jason McDuffie, the national sales manager. It's Janice and Virginia in the office. If you've ever called B&M, I can guarantee you one thing. Someone's going to answer the phone. They're going to say good morning, and they're going to say, how can I help you? Great customer service with these folks. So proud of these guys. I also want to thank our pro staffers. Man, without you guys, I would not be standing here. You have made my job so easy. You know, all the family members that have traveled here today, this is my fishing family now. If y'all don't mind, stand up real quick, the two B&M tables. Y'all stand up. Give these folks a round of applause. You know, when I put my speech together, I made copies and I put it on the table because I wanted them to all read what I had to say today. And I wanted them to know how thankful I am for them and for their support and everything they've done for me to get me to this point in my career. And I just truly love my fishing family, so thank you guys. And the pro staffers that aren't here today, you know, not everybody can make it. We've got over 100 people, right? I'm very, very thankful for all those people. Oh, man. Also, I'd like to thank my current employer, Athens Distributing Company, where I'm VP of Sales. We're a family company. We deeply care about our employees. You know, we treat everybody with great respect. You know, I spent 20 years in corporate America, and I really don't miss it. That whole Bud Light debacle with Anheuser-Busch, I don't miss that, and I feel sorry for my friends that still work for that company. Hey, I've got a lot of great sponsors, too. I want to thank B&M Poles and Sea Arc Boats, Hammerhead Sonar, Crappie Magnet, Cornfield Fishing, Canyon Fishing Line, Driftmaster Rod Holders. I can't do what I do, and that's catch crappie without my sponsors, so I'm very thankful for those folks. I also want to thank my wonderful wife and my daughter, MK and Jack. You know, thank you for reaching out to them. That was some really heartfelt words. And like Bill Jordan, they are moving into the University of Tennessee in the apartment today. So I'm really on kind of a good, bad list kind of deal. So I'm driving home tonight, and I'll be driving to Knoxville in the morning to help them move. But I do miss them. I wish they were here, and I just want to say go Vols. My wife, you know, she's a true angel. She has put up with me for 31 years, hunting and fishing. And I got to tell you, man, when I was younger, I pushed the envelope, much like everybody else in this room. So I love her. I love that she loves my fish, eat, live lifestyle and enjoying the outdoors. So thank you, Barbara. I'm hoping you're watching. You know, my beautiful daughter, MK, man, she is such a joy. She, like Jack said, she's a sophomore. At UT. She's a graphic design major, and she made a 4.0 her first year in college as a freshman. Really, really proud of her, and she's got a bright future, but the most important thing about her is she's got a beautiful God-fearing soul, and I love her for that. So there's a couple of phases in life that I believe in, and the three phases are learn, earn, and return. Phase one is the learning stage, and I got to show you something right here. This is a picture of my dad when I was 5 with a big bass, and I brought him here today so he could be with me. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my siblings. We grew up in a middle-class Christian home. My dad was my hero, man. I love you, Dad. I know you're smiling down from above. Man, my dad, I'll tell you what, he was my hero. We've heard that a lot today. You know, we've heard about heroes and mentors, and my dad was that guy. He loved God. He loved his family. He was a deacon in the church. He was a retired Navy captain. He spent 40 years as an engineer for Texas Instruments. You know, my dad never missed a day of work other than PTO. Never called in sick. That was not in his vocabulary. My mom, she's still alive. She's 93 years old, and a lot of my friends know her. She still lives in our childhood home in Richardson, Texas. You talk about another angel. You know, she taught us the importance of faith, hard work, and education. She played the organ in the church and the piano for 70 years, and she still does to this day at 93 years old in her Sunday school class, so I'm so thankful for her. I also want to thank my grandparents. You know, my grandfather taught me to hunt, but my grandmother is the one that taught me to fish, and we called her Mamaw. I spent summers with her when I was younger, fishing for bass and crappie and bluegill and brim. And I just cherish those memories. Those memories are so important. And she would let me choose the night before, what type of fish do you want to fish for? And, you know, for me, that was half the fun because I got to plan the next day. So if I told her I wanted to go bass fishing, I got the bass equipment out. If we were going catfishing, I'd get the catfishing equipment out. It was always an adventure for me, and I just loved it. And, but crappie was my favorite. And she taught me how to crappie fish when I was young, and I'm talking about a cane pole and a bucket of minnows and a cork. And I cherish those memories. Phase 2 is kind of the B&M stage, okay? And let me ask you guys, let me get a show of hands right here. Have you guys ever heard this phrase right here? Surround yourself with good people and watch good things happen. Let me see a show of hands. Folks, y'all are good people. Everybody in this room is good people. Our B&M Pro staff, they're good people. I'm very, 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 very thankful for what they have done for us. You know, my proudest accomplishment in the fishing world, it's not the tournament wins, or it's not the trophies, it's not the recognition, it's the pro staff and all of our pro staff members. I'm so proud of these guys. You know, we have developed product based on pro staff feedback. We test, we track, we break it. You know, if it sucks, we tell Jack it sucks. And guess what? You know, we fix it, and then we go to market with it. And, you know, again, we have been so successful with product based on pro staff feedback, and I'm just so, you know, very, very thankful for that. You know, our pro staff are a huge part of our grassroots advertising campaign and our ever-growing social media efforts. You know, social media is where it's at these days, guys. We all know that. This industry has changed so much in the past 10 years. And, you know, one of the things I'm really proud of is the way our pro staff has changed with it, called an audible, pivoted, you know, and got more into the social media aspect. So I'm very, very proud of that. Our company motto is to treat everybody like family. When you call B&M, you're going to get great customer service, whether you're a weekend warrior, you're a fisherman, or just one of our retail customers. And we're very, very proud to call everybody family. That is the most important thing at B&M, is that we treat you like family. All right, so phase 3, the return phase, and that's kind of where I am today. And I really want you guys to listen to this one right here. And I want to see a show of hands. Okay, everybody bow your heads just a minute. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think back in time when you were a kid. And I want you to ask yourself, what was your favorite outdoor memory? And who was that person that introduced you and took you on that adventure? Okay? Did you catch a giant fish? Did you kill a big buck? Did you kill your first mallard duck? What was that memory? Was it your grandpa? Was it your dad? Was it your aunt? Was it your uncle? Was it your neighbor? Who was it? Who was it that introduced you to the outdoors? Now I want you to open your eyes and look around the room. Can I see some smiles? Is everybody smiling? Anybody got chill bumps? Doesn't it make you feel good to know that we have had a major impact? Each and every one of us in this room has had a major impact on somebody because of the outdoor industry. I cannot imagine if I was not involved in the outdoor industry where I would be today. And again, I'm so thankful for that. You know, the other thing too, I honestly feel the world will be a better place if we spend more time in outdoors. Does anybody agree with me on that? How about that? All right, here's the hard part right here. I want to mention some of my fallen friends, heroes, and mentors that aren't with us today, okay? And this is always tough. Usually when I'm up here, it's because of what? It's a funeral or something along those lines. But I want to recognize these people. They're all smiling down from the big pond in the sky. I want to mention these people specifically by name. My dad, Charlie Driscoll. Both my grandparents. My friend, Big Reed Bush. Mr. A.E. Smith, man, my spiritual compass. What a great man he was. My good friend Stephen Russell, duck hunt buddy. Mr. Jim Dodd, everybody knows his Big Daddy. I sure miss him. My friend Chris Miller, and most recently we lost one of our pro staffers, Mike Ellis. Mike passed away while he was fishing 2 weeks ago, and I got a chance to go to his service, and he was doing what he loved. So Mike, if you're looking down on us, God bless you. So in closing, man, I want to wrap this thing up. I've got a favorite Bible verse I want to share with you. It's Matthew 4:19, and it says, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And I believe that. So again, thank you for the time today. Hopefully it didn't take too much up here on the podium, but I wanted to recognize each and every person that has touched my life and has blessed me in so many different ways. And again, thank Gary and everybody involved in the Legends of the Outdoors. And just remember, sharing is caring, folks. And that's it. Thank you, guys.